We are 33 minutes here into the 1 o'clock hour. It's Wednesday, September 20th, and bringing in an old friend of the radio station. I'm not calling you old. I'm just calling you an old friend. I got David Borne here. How's it going, man?
Oh, Dan, it's great to be here. Gratitude is my attitude.
All right, I love it. We got David Borne, who is going to be celebrating his new LP, Genesis, out this Friday. Are you excited to finally get to release this entire record to the world?
I'm so excited. It feels like just as these songs have come out, there's it's a very it's a good weight that's being lifted, I would say. It was a fun weight to carry, but it's been a couple of years almost in this album process. So yeah, it feels as the songs come out, weight is lifted, brain space is opening up. I'm about to get to stop posting on the internet twice a day, which is
make some brain space to write some new songs.
Yeah, exactly. They're already coming in, so it's a really special time. I'm very excited.
Awesome. Well, we are live on the radio. Also, if you want to take a peek, I got Delaney Fannin running the cameras here over at volume.com/lightning100, where you can see our tiny studio. And we've got David Borne doing a couple songs. I think we'll play one that's already out from the record as well while he's here, Color of the Rain. What do you want to start with us for today, though?
I'm going to start. It's actually the last song on the record. It's track 13. And if anyone out there is familiar, in the 80s, the first karaoke machine that I'm aware of was this thing called the Singing Machine. And this is kind of a song about how I got here, and it involves one of those things. So
it's David Borne, live on Lightning 100.
Singing machine, microphone hanging from my ceiling fan. Singing machine, still too young to drive to buy a mic stand. I remember how it felt. I remember now how it felt to sing for no reason but for the sake of singing. When all of my dreaming was done under glow in the dark, stars stuck on my ceiling and all, how good it was, how good it was to be a kid. Oh, how good it was, how good it was to love like we did. Oh, to love like we did. I believe I'd wind up here where anything is possible. Did I believe when I didn't dream that love would be unstoppable? But I remember how I forgot, and I will not go back to my down under blankets of stars. On my arm, my only reason and all. How good it is, how good it is to be in love. How good it is, how good it is to be in love. Oh, to be in love.
Lightning 100, David Borne, live here in the Volume.com studio. That is one from the new record coming out this Friday, Genesis. And David Borne in town and going to be out at the Americana party happening tomorrow in Germantown out at Star Rover Sound, where they have over 25 artists, 2 stages, music for you from noon until midnight. It is Paul McDonald's One Big Love. He's been doing a few of these, and I feel like if you know Paul McDonald, you got a lot of love for the guy.
So much love. Last time we were together, actually, I was thinking was with Paul McDonald.
Yeah.
When Lieutenant Dan came to Forrest Gumption.
Isn't that funny? Yes, that's the name of the place you were living at.
Yeah. Hilarious.
That is.
Yeah, but Paul and I go back to troubadouring the fine establishments of the Southeastern Conference from like the 2006 to 2008 years. So we go a long way back. He's been doing a couple of these a month, and he's just such a hard-working artist, and he's got a lot of branches on his art tree, I would say, and he gets to put them all together with this festival, and it is mighty ambitious of anybody to try to do something like this and to do it for charity. And I'm just really proud of him, and I'm grateful for Paul.
Truly,
he's a great friend.
He'll be backed by his band, the Morning Doves. Got Boo Ray, Dave Bahanish, Eddie Ninevolt, Grace Bowers, who's like this prodigy. I mean, just a teenager, probably still in high school.
Yeah, I think she's 16 and just an amazing guitarist. And she just seems to really have her head on right when you talk to her about art and creation. And she's just an egoless, monstrously talented person, which those are the ones that really stand out, I feel like.
I saw they also have Susto, which is a band I've really been getting into lately.
I love Susto. Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. It's at Star Rover Sound out in Germantown. You can get your way there through davidborne.com. You can pre-order the new record, which is coming out this Friday. So tell us a little bit about the journey of this record, because it was a record that for a second maybe you didn't think all of a sudden you were going to get to make.
Yeah, I mean, we had lined up the studio, and my great friend Jared Kay, who's produced Lucy Silvis and Rustin Kelly and all kinds of people. He was going to make the record, and we had an investor lined up that at the last minute fell through, and it was a bit of a scary moment. You know, I was left with, I could either I could cast a wide net for help, or I could cancel the record. And I got some great advice, which was to cast the wide net. And we did. I started a GoFundMe, and it raised all the money for the record in like a couple of days, really. I mean, we were about a week out when I was reached. When I'd procrastinated for a couple of weeks, to be honest, because I am a procrastinator. I was a procrastinator. I'll speak it in the past tense.
You did get here at 1:27.
I got here at 1:27.
1:30 in studio.
We made it. Well, and the good thing is I was riding with my label, so that wouldn't even have been my fault. But yeah, and it was the whole record kind of represents this time in my life where in 2018 I had gone from being a 15-year drunken promiscuate, I will say. And I decided to change a lot and kind of stepped away from alcohol and that kind of life. And all these songs were kind of a rebirth in a sense of this time where I feel like I grew a new brain. And that led to us getting the money with the GoFundMe. And then I got to make the dream record scenario of having complete freedom in 11 days, 4 with the band, and Chris Powell played drums, who's played with, Brandy Carlisle and everyone, all the Dave Cobb records, and Eli Beard on bass. Gina Johnson engineered it. So I got to absolutely live the dream.
And not have to ask him to do it for, your wife making him a nice dinner.
But yeah, and the wife got to come and make food in the studio, which was awesome too. And I'd go back to that time as being, I'll always hold it in like this precious time capsule of a gift to be able to create freely for that much time, and it was just awesome. And releasing it is a little less fun, I will say, but it's all part of the process.
It's fun for us. We get to hear. I
know exactly. It's good. And on this end, it's like let's go make the next one kind of vibe. But I'm living in the present this week, and I'm just so grateful that all of this has worked out, and everything is perfect.
I recognize some names on here that some artists we love playing, like Bree Kennedy.
Yeah.
Got a duet with her on there.
Got a duet. She was a co-writer on that song, Clarity, with our other friend Colin Elmore. And Bree's, she's magic, man. I mean, I don't know what else you could say. She came in and was the last thing we recorded was she came in and a couple weeks after we had finished everything else because she was on tour. And we just had the best day. And she's an inspiration and how she works and how she creates as well.
I can tell a lot about an artist. Nothing against you, because I told you 1:30. That's what we had available. But Bree, a bunch of times, has come in on the morning show. When an artist is willing and able to come in on the morning show, not make a big deal about it, and be able to sing like that, before most people have had breakfast, that's quality.
Her voice is also awesome because it's so raspy. It kind of always sounds like she might have woken up, but it's absolutely unique and has so much character. Love Bree.
Recognize some other names: Hadley Canary, Lydia Luce, John and Jacob from the Brummies.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It was all these people are my friends, and so to be believed in by peers like that, especially for someone like me who, when the imposter kicks in, it says like, you're not good enough, or like you're still like some bar singer from a decade ago. I have that voice. I think we all have it. It says different things specific to you, but I have that. And what really calms me is looking around at people like that and seeing them with me and writing this music and recording this music. And, I'm a solo artist, but I feel like I have an army really of people and friends helping me.
We do all have that voice. We've been playing a song by Brandy Clark that kind of talks about, it's called Dear Insecurity. And it's like herself writing a letter to her own insecurity.
Yeah,
like,
that's great. That's probably the theme of this whole album, really. There's a lot of times I say you, but you is me. I'm just talking to myself and giving the advice I need to take. And yeah, man, a lot of beautiful people involved in this.
Got David Borne here in the Volume.com studio. You want to see our tiny studio? You can check it out, Volume.com/lightning100. A little bit easier to just have David and guitar. Yesterday we had Mipso in here. There was like 6 people squeezed into the studio. What would you like to play for us now?
I'm going to play a song called I Like the Idea, which Lightning 100 has spun a few times. And I noticed I don't really... my wife and I moved to Texas 2 months ago, which has been, it's been a trip. So I haven't been able to listen to Lightning as much. We throw it online, but I noticed that y'all have been playing it because this is the song that gets Shazammed. So I'm very appreciative for that. And this is track 7 on the new album. It's called I Like the Idea.
I like the idea that every day is a lesson of wonder and expression, a tale we've yet to tell. Oh, and I like the idea that love is all around us, limitless and boundless, here to save us from ourselves. Got so many ideas that I'd is worth the cost. Got so many ideas that I don't know where to start. Still searching for answers when I know just where they got so many ideas that I don't know where to start. Still searching for answers when I know just where they are. And I like the idea that our oceans will recover, will unlock and rediscover what it means to live in peace. Oh, and I like the idea we could be our brothers keepers and our sisters believers, and we will be released. Oh, I like the idea.
Lightning 100, David Borne, live here in the volume.com studio. I like the idea of listening to that full record. It's coming out this Friday, Genesis, and it is tomorrow while he's in town. You can catch him playing Paul McDonald's One Big Love. It's a music, food, and arts festival with Boo Ray, Dave Pahanish, Eddie Ninevolt, Grace Bauer, Susto, Paul McDonald, and the Morning Doves. Over a dozen more acts, including David Borne. And you can get your way there through davidborne.com. That was great, man. I appreciate you coming in today. It's so nice to see you here. We got some beautiful weather. This is going to be perfect.
Back at you, Dan. I'm so grateful for you having us in, and everything you've ever done for me and all of Nashville. You're doing the Lord's work, Dan.
Well, we're grateful to get to do it. It's a team here, and we're lucky to have an independent owner who lets us do what we believe in and help out local bands and businesses and nonprofits. And so grateful to have you here today. And I thought we'd wrap it up and we'll play the studio version. Can you tell us anything about Color of the Rain?
Yeah, I can tell you that I wrote it with my friend Ruben Bedez, who's also a great local Nashville just character. And I'll say this. I went to Ruben's house with this line, The Color of the Rain, and I said, Ruben, I have a line. I don't know what it means, but I think it sounds cool, and it's the color of the rain. And Ruben took a hit of his hookah pipe, he blew it out, and he said, Borne, rain is just the color of whatever's behind it.
All right, well, let's take a listen. It's David Borne. You get the new record this Friday from Genesis, Color of the Rain on Lightning 100.